So are you ready to finally crack the code of project leadership for your CIMA E2 exam? Seriously, forget trying to memorize those dry textbook definitions. We're about to build your understanding from the ground up, piece by piece, so you'll feel completely confident on this topic. Okay, let's just dive right in. In the next few minutes, I promise you, you're going to learn exactly how to understand project leadership, the roles of all the key players, and different project structures, so you can walk into that exam and confidently solve any question they throw at you. I want you to think of this as our own little construction site for knowledge, okay? We are going to build your understanding using 6 essential building blocks. We'll start with a solid foundation and then add each crucial piece until you have this complete, unshakable tower of expertise that is absolutely ready for exam day. And hey, this isn't just some random tour. We are following the official CIMA E2 blueprint to the letter. The main goal? Explain the concepts of project leadership. And we're going to hit every single component: project structure, the roles of key people, and exactly how to manage all those stakeholders. This is your direct path to success. All right, let's get building with our first and maybe most important block, the foundation. Understanding project stakeholders. You know, if you get this part wrong, your entire project could honestly come crashing down before you even lay the first brick. So what even is a stakeholder? Well, the definition you see on the screen is your perfect exam-ready answer. But in the real world, what does it mean? It means you have to think way bigger than just your team and your customer. It's the IT department that has to support the new software, right? Or the finance team that processes the invoices. It's anyone, and I mean anyone, who has a stake in the game. You know, every project kind of has its own royal court, and it's so important to know who's who. Up at the very top, you've got the project sponsor. Think of them as the king or queen with the vision and, crucially, the budget. Reporting to them is the project manager, kind of like the general running the day-to-day operations. Then you have the project team, the amazing crew bringing it all to life. And of course, surrounding the castle are your external partners, like suppliers and customers, who are all absolutely vital. So you've figured out who's in your court, but how on earth do you manage them all without going completely crazy? Well, the answer is a simple but incredibly powerful tool called the Mendeley matrix. Seriously, this is a total game changer for your exam. It helps you map out every single stakeholder based on 2 things: their power to influence the project and their level of interest in it. This makes sure you focus your energy on the right people. Now, here's where it gets really useful. Look at the strategy. For your key players, that's high power, high interest. You manage them closely, right? You involve them. But look over at keep satisfied. These are powerful people, like a CEO, who don't care about the daily details. What's the strategy? You reassure them everything's on track. Don't waste their time. For the keep informed group, low power but high interest, regular updates are perfect. And minimal effort? You just monitor them. It's all about smart, targeted communication. Okay, with our stakeholder foundation firmly in place, let's add the next block, the financial blueprint. Now, this is where you, as a CIMA professional, come in. You're not just a participant here, you are a leader who shapes the project's destiny. As a management accountant, you are the project's financial guardian. Your toolkit is vital. Your financial analysis tells everyone if this is a golden opportunity or a money pit. You're the one with a hawk's eye on the budget, making sure every penny is spent wisely. You spot financial risks from a mile off, and you provide those crystal clear performance reports that help the project manager make smart, informed decisions. And this slide right here illustrates a massive exam point. Leadership isn't just about a job title. When you provide the financial challenge, the reporting, and the risk assessment, you are leading a critical part of the project. Your power isn't in managing people, it's in your insight and your ability to steer the project toward financial success. On to block number 3, the architect. Now that we have the foundation and the financial plan, we need to look at the skills of the person who's actually designing and guiding this whole construction, the project manager. You know, a great project manager is like a master chef, blending all these different skills to create a successful outcome. Leadership, that's their secret ingredient, inspiring the team. Communication is their sharpest knife, cutting through any confusion. Negotiation is their ability to haggle for the best resources. And conflict management, well, that's their secret sauce, turning disagreements into opportunities for the team to get even stronger. All right, let's move to block 4 and talk about the people who actually do the work, the construction crew. Because honestly, even the most brilliant architect with the best blueprint is going to fail without a motivated team to build their vision. So here's the thing. Teams don't just magically work well together from day one. They actually evolve through these predictable stages, which we call Tuckman's model. They start out forming, where everyone's polite and a bit unsure. Then comes the storming phase. This is totally inevitable, where disagreements pop up. A good PM guides them through this to norming, where they figure out how to work together. And the goal, the dream, is performing, a team that just clicks and gets stuff done. So how do you get through that storming phase without the whole project sinking? You need a lifeboat, and that's your conflict resolution process. First, you have to acknowledge the storm is real. Don't pretend it isn't happening. Second, let everyone express their side of things, safely. Third, find that common ground, the shared goal you're all working towards. And finally, you work together to create a solution. It's about collaboration, not mutiny. Okay, our crew is ready to work, but they need a support system. And that brings us to block 5, the scaffolding. The organizational structure you choose has a massive impact on everything from authority and communication to the overall speed of the project. So you've got these two extremes. First is the functional structure, where everyone just stays in their home department, like marketing or finance. It's great for deep expertise, but the project manager has very little formal authority, and getting decisions across departments can feel like wading through mud. The total opposite is a pure project structure, a dedicated team with one boss. Decisions are lightning fast, but it can be inefficient and leave people wondering where they belong when it's all over. And then, caught right in the middle is the famous matrix structure. As you can see from our slightly confused friend here, this is where a team member reports to both their regular functional manager and a project manager. It's a hybrid designed to get the best of both worlds, but it definitely leads to that classic question. Wait, who's my real boss? The matrix is a classic exam trade-off question. The pros are great, better communication, flexible resources. But for your exam, you really have to focus on the cons. Potential conflict between the two bosses, confusion over who's responsible for what, and maybe even slow decisions. And crucially, CIMA wants you to know there are different types. A weak matrix gives more power to the functional manager. A strong matrix gives more power to the project manager. And a balanced matrix, that's a constant tug of war. This brings us to our final block, where we finally put the roof on our tower of knowledge. This is the final inspection, where we see how leadership, structure, and people all combine to decide if a project is going to be a huge success or a massive failure. So what's the secret sauce for success? Well, it's everything we've just built. Strong leadership from our architect, effective stakeholder management from our foundation, a motivated team, our construction crew, the right structure, our scaffolding, and the glue holding it all together, clear, constant communication. A failure in any one of these blocks can risk the entire thing. So when you get that exam question asking you to analyze a project scenario, how do you pull all of these pieces together to get top marks? You use the success tower as your mental checklist. Simple as that. Did the project fail? Okay, check the foundation. Were stakeholders managed properly? Look at the scaffolding. Was it the wrong structure for the job? Was the architect, the PM, lacking key skills? See? This visual isn't just a summary, it's your actual framework for analysis. And here it is, the single most important takeaway for your exam. The ultimate key to project success isn't just one thing. It is all about alignment. It's having the right leadership style for the right team, working within the right organizational structure, all to achieve a clearly defined goal. If you understand that principle of alignment, I guarantee you will ace project leadership on your E2 exam.